The intermediate trick, head movement up and down. Our objective is to develop the dog's ability to move his head up and down on cue. The prerequisite is that your dog understands targeting. To start, have your dog in straddle and place a bowl on the ground just in front of the line of his feet. Drop a treat into the bowl and cue your dog to get it. Mark as he puts his head down to do so. You could break off, for example, move away or throw another treat, and then reset and redo just this component. Alternatively, after the dog has eaten the treat, he's likely to look back up at you. If he does so, mark and deliver the reward with his head raised. Repeat this sequence several times, continuing to mark and reward each dip down and flip up. During this process, it's likely that your dog will start anticipating each movement. You can now start naming the movements. As his understanding grows, you can make the reward intermittent. Reward the dip sometimes with a treat in the bowl, and the flip sometimes with a treat above his nose. Remember to reward the dip as well as the flip. Otherwise, the dip is more likely to become shallow and less obvious for the judge to see. Even after these movements are well established, to maintain strong behaviours, continue to reward intermittently and vary whether the reward is delivered low or high. When both the dip and flip are strong with the dog in straddle position, you can start to change your position. For example, off to one side, behind the dog, and progressively to either the side or in front of the dog. First, move to the side of the dog and continue to build the understanding and reliability of the response to the cue, and continue to vary whether you reward up or down. An alternative method is to use a lure or hand target to get your dog to look down and up. Mark and reward in place for each head movement. Then, as he understands dip and flip, you can begin to hand target rather than lure, and ask for both before you mark and reward. Again, vary whether you reward up or down. Whichever method you use, Work towards a clear signal to your dog, a clear response from your dog, and selection of the location you will both occupy for the finished trick. A clear head nod from you can be a very appropriate physical cue for your dog. Again, you can progressively change your location and work out which best suits you and your dog. Now pulling together the key elements of the trick. The dog can be in any stance, in front of and facing towards or away from you, or beside you. You may give a verbal cue and or a hand signal or other body language. On your cue, your dog will move his head down and up again, as in saying yes, and the movement must be clear to the judge. Once the dog has moved his head down and up, the judge will indicate that the trick is complete. Now some examples of the intermediate trick, head movement down and up.